maybe don't experiment on 8-year-olds if you're going to want to do human testing. But it did work out in this case, so take that as you will, I guess. The creation of the first vaccine is one that revolutionized the medicinal world and pioneered a new age of medicine. Hi, I'm Emily Sanders, and today I will be talking about Edward Jenner and his creation of the very first vaccine. Edward Jenner was one of 9 children in his family. At the age of 14, Jenner started his apprenticeship to a local surgeon and physician. This is where he gained most of his needed experience. He eventually moved to study at St. George's Hospital in London, where he developed his skill in dissection and investigation. At the age of 23, he would go on to open his own practice and become the local surgeon of a town in Berkeley. Jenner, like many doctors of the time, was attempting to protect patients from smallpox, and this later would grant him his fame and title, Father of Vaccines. Smallpox greatly affected the people of England, and nearly around 400,000 people died annually from the disease, and about a third of the survivors of it went blind. So many doctors and physicians focused on trying to develop a fix for the vaccine. Jenner had been informed by some of the people in the county where he lived that the people who got cowpox from their cows could not develop smallpox. Jenner decided to run with this idea. When a milkmaid approached him with cowpox, Jenner confirmed that the infection was cowpox, and Jenner decided this would be the perfect time to test his theory. Jenner ended up choosing an 8-year-old boy, the son of his gardener, to run this test on, as the boy had not gotten smallpox yet. Jenner had made some small scratches on the boy's arm and then took pus from the milkmaid's cowpox and rubbed it in those scratches. When infecting the boy, Jenner also confirmed that the cowpox infection could be spread person to person and not just cow to person, because he used the pox from the milkmaid's hands. This discovery would be helpful later on in continuing his experiments. The boy became mildly ill with cowpox, but recovered in about a week after the initial infection. After the boy recovered, Jenner continued to try and infect the boy with smallpox, repeatedly failing again and again. Jenner tried over the course of weeks and months to try and infect this boy, but nothing was a success, I guess, technically. He did succeed because he was trying to not infect the boy. After this initial testing, Jenner experimented on many others, most of which we don't have records of due to the time period. In 1789, Jenner would go on to publish his book and his work and discoveries in a book titled An Inquiry into the Causes and Effects of the Variola vaccinae, a disease discovered in some of western counties in England, particularly Gloucestershire, known by the name of the cowpox. In the following couple years, he published more writings of his further experiments that continued to confirm his theory that if you got infected with cowpox, you could not be infected with smallpox. However, the catch-on of this method didn't go as he really wanted it to. Many others could not easily have cowpox available due to not having cows near them, and the transport could easily infect or contaminate the cowpox sample with smallpox, rendering it useless. Many others also did not want Jenner to succeed because they had their own methods of curing the disease which made them money, and Jenner's was a lot more safe and less complex. So people wanted to use that and not their methods. Citizens also feared the consequences of using materials found on cows to cure a human disease. Jenner ended up spending the majority of the rest of his life transporting cowpox and trying to spread his vaccine. Edward Jenner, now known widely as the father of vaccines, was the first to create a vaccine, not the first to discover immunities. This went on to inspire the creation and discoveries of many more vaccines. Vaccines these days have now, in some cases, completely eradicated certain diseases and heavily control others.
I for
Great.